Kido Butai. This is a solitaire game based on the Japanese attack on Midway, or the Japan's carriers at Midway, as it says here. It's solitaire, and it's from the Japanese perspective. So there's not a lot of games out there that are solely from the Japanese perspective. I might do another piece on that at some point, but this is one of those. I need to thank Wayne Hansen. Check out his channel. He did a piece on this and started talking about it, which got me thinking about it and interested in it, and so I ended up picking this up. This is the second edition. I got this from Noble Knight, as you can see up there. I did a video in the past on kind of where I get my board games, whether it's a friendly local gaming store or online, and this is one of the resources that has war games. So you got the back here. It's got the sequence of play. Again, this is not a very complicated game. Uses some kind of cups. If you've played any like Hollandspiel games, they have like a cup mechanism of pulling counters out. This one kind of has some of that elements as well. Players are 1, complexity is low, time is 60 minutes. Components is an 8-page rule booklet, an 8-inch by 12-inch map, and 55 die cut counters. Let's tear into this and see what we have inside the bag here. Whoops. So you can see the cover a little bit better there. This is the rule booklet here. As it says, it's 8 pages. You've got a sequence of play on the back, which is always important in solitaire games to know what the sequence of play is. It's 7 pages. This is mostly promotion on the back here, and that's optional rules, and there's an example of play. So you're really only looking about maybe a little over 5 pages of rules. It's dual column, black and white, and that's what you have. So you're looking around 5-6 pages of rules, dual column, smaller booklet or smallish booklet. So, not a lot there to sink your teeth into. You get the map board here, which is a little bit thicker board here, poster board, pretty good thickness there. So it's not a thin paper board there. That's not too bad. And you're going to have your carriers set up down here, and then having their bombers or their fighters, whether they are landed or ready, and then you can put them into your cap to fight off incoming bombers and fighters, or fighter escorts to the bombers from the allies. Then you're going to send out your bomber strikes out to here, and then eventually, they'll get to Midway. You attack Midway first, and then because you don't know where the carriers are at, then you're going to roll for recon every turn. If you get a 6, you're going to be able to find the carriers, and then you can start attacking the allies, attacking the U.S. Carriers at Midway. And then you have these turn track here, and then victory is going to be based on how many carriers and planes you destroy versus how many carriers and planes the allies destroy, the AI destroys of yours. And here's the counters. Looks like you've got maybe 2 counter sheets in there. They're shrink wrapped. So let's tear in and see what we got here. Looks like they are, that's just maybe a backing board there. Let's see what we got here. Nope, it's just one. That's a backing board. Backing board is as thick as the counters there, but you got a little bit of backing board there. And then here are the counters. So you have your turn track there. These are the Japanese counters, and you're going to rotate these certain ways to determine whether they're landing or reloading or in-flight or what have you. I gotta dive into the rules, but you kind of keep track of where the status of the planes based on how you kind of rotate them. And the carriers have can take damage, and if they take damage, then certain flights can't land there, so you lose planes based on the damage that you get to your carriers. These are counters here to determine whether there's actually a bomber or not. Like these are like no bomber, no fighter. So you want, when you're playing the Japanese, you want to draw these, because that means you're not going to contend with something this turn. Otherwise, then you start, once you draw like a bomber, you'll keep drawing until you draw one of these. So you can end up with quite a few bombers you have to fight, or fighter escorts, depending on the circumstance. So there are the counters. So you're going to have the carriers and the planes. You're going to have for the Japanese, and the carriers and the planes for the U.S. Again, this is solitaire. You're going to need to provide dice for this. Plenty of dice. Heck, Midway attack, you could have upwards of maybe, I don't know, 10 or so dice. Depends on how many fighters you send out, or bombers you send out, but you might need quite a few dice, and you might want to have 2 colors, because you want to do one for the Allies and one for the Japanese. You don't have to, but might make it easier to distinguish between the two. But that is what you get in a bag of Kido Butai. This doesn't take that long to play. As I said, it lists an hour. I think once you know the rules, you can probably get it done quicker than that. And it's a nice little puzzly, as solitaire games can be. But it's a nice little exercise of trying to recreate the battle from the Japanese perspective, which, again, there's not a lot out there on that. So hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.